Breaking news! A major PayPal expense hack has been uncovered, and it could be a game-changer for millions. Dave, a savvy CPA, had a hunch that his client was missing out on hidden business expenses buried in her PayPal purchases. How did he crack the code? Let's go now to Chris, who has the scoop on how Dave's ingenious use of Badbank is saving his clients big bucks.
That's right, Drew. Dave discovered a not-yet-announced feature of Badbank, and his hack of the system has the potential to unleash massive savings for the 429 million PayPal subscribers worldwide. Here's what we've learned so far about how Dave hacked the system. First, Dave had his client log into her PayPal account to download her transactions. She clicked on Activity in the header menu, and then on this little download icon. From there, she went to Custom under Statements because she knew she wanted a certain date range and type of download. The transaction type that she selected was Balance Affecting because she knew that would leave out the unnecessary and duplicative authorization transactions from the download. She chose her date range and the CSV format and created the report. When the report was ready, she downloaded it and emailed it to Dave, her CPA. After receiving the PayPal CSV file from his client, Dave opened it up in Excel. He immediately saved it with his client's account number as the file name and as an Excel workbook. This was important because the format that it comes in, a CSV UTF format, could cause issues with formats later. Dave saw the columns he wanted to feed to Badbank.ai so that, like it does for his bank and credit card statements, it could extract clean payee names and give him OFX, QBO, and CSV files. He prepped the file by keeping only the 4 columns he needed: date, name, type, and amount. He then erased all the other columns and did 3 important things to further prep the file. First, he needed to flip the sign on the amounts so that payments would be positive, just like on a credit card account statement. Dave did this by creating a column of the negatives of the amounts and then replacing those values in the amount column. Second, Dave needed to join the text in the name and the type columns so that the AI would have all the information about what a transaction was in one column. He did this using the text join function in Excel, where the delimiter is a space and semicolon, the ignore empty is set as true, and the range is the 2 text fields. This Excel function created one column with all the transaction description information. Finally, Dave needed to make sure that when he saved this spreadsheet as a PDF, the width of the PDF was only 1 page, just like a real credit card statement would do. So he went under Page Layout and set the width to 1 page. Next, Dave created 10 empty rows at the top of the file to create some header information. He added a title, PayPal Credit Account, to tell the AI to think of this like it was a credit card statement. Then he added an account number for his client SA77 because he wanted to keep all his clients' files organized, and he knew that Badbank would use this in its file naming convention. Then he added a beginning date and ending date from his transactions. Then he added a beginning balance of $0. For the ending balance, he did the sum of the amounts. That way Badbank's AI would know that all the transactions were accounted for. He also made sure that these cells were all formatted correctly as numbers, dates, or text. Then he saved the worksheet as a PDF file type, making sure to select Sheet instead of Workbook, so that only this sheet would be the contents of the new PDF file that he was creating. And now came the moment of truth. Was his hunch correct? Had he found a hack of the Badbank AI that would give him insight into his client's lost PayPal expenses? Dave pulled up Badbank and uploaded his new PDF file. Once Badbank finished, he downloaded the results. He knew that Badbank would give him lots of different file types. But for the moment, all he really needed to take a look at to see if his hunch was right was the top-level CSV file. So he exported the results and opened up that CSV file. When he opened up the CSV file, his hunch was confirmed. Just like it does when it cleans up a credit card or bank statement, Badbank's AI had pulled out clean names from the messy descriptions. Each transaction had a truly unique ID hashtag, and the reconciliation error was 0, which meant that he could be confident that all of the transactions had been neatly extracted by the AI and tagged so they couldn't be repeated in the QBO and OFX files. Dave proceeded to import these transactions into QuickBooks. After looking at the CSV file, he was confident that these exact details were also what was inside the QBO and OFX files that Badbank generated for him. As he was importing the QBO file from his Badbank output subfolder, he set up a PayPal clearing account in QuickBooks to import the transactions into. This clearing account was set up as a current liabilities account, a credit card account to be specific, since he would distribute the expenses to more specific expense accounts from there. At this point, Dave allocated all of these PayPal expenses into their correct expenses categories like office supplies, shipping, and postage, and uncategorized expenses for the personal charges. When he ran a report on the PayPal clearing account, he saw that there were hundreds of dollars in previously uncategorized and forgotten PayPal expenses that were deductible for his client's business and were now added to her expense reports for her taxes. His hunch had paid off, and thanks to the clever Badbank hack he discovered, Dave uncovered a financial win not just for this client, but for all his clients.